Hi folks, long time no see. It's 2 weeks that I didn't make any new video on this channel, but I took some time off after the whole frenzy busy Sony announcement time where I had to do quite a lot of work to get some reliable info about the camera and the lens. I took a bit of a pause because I'm starting a new photography project that is quite big, and I needed those 2 weeks to start the discussion about how we are going to build our own giant cameras. We'll explain in a separate video what the detailed plan is, but it's going to be exciting. I actually plan to make a new video only next week about what to expect in 2025, because I wanted to let you know what's coming from Sony, Canon, Nikon, Fujifilm support in 2025 based on rumors, based on good guesses and speculation. Those will be very interesting videos, so definitely subscribe to the channel if you don't want to miss that, because I think that for most companies 2025 will be more busy than 2024. 2024 was a very slow year, for example, for Panasonic, with no S1R2, S1H2 and so forth. Sony, of course, except of the A12, it was pretty slow. Same for OM Digital. Nikon, made some minor release, but next year there will be bigger releases, and Canon was the only one making a major announcement like the flagship camera, the R1, but it had a mixed reception. It's a very good camera, but low resolution and definitely a niche camera, so not something for the masses, but the R5 II is an excellent camera, probably the best camera in the whole offering of cameras they have in their R-mount lineup. And today I'm making this video because there are actually new rumors coming out this week from fujirumors.com and lrumors.com. So those rumors couldn't wait to be talked about on this channel because they are very important rumors. Those are about cameras coming pretty soon in the year, and we have some first solid indication about what's coming from Fujifilm and Panasonic. So let's kick off with Fujifilm. Fujifilm will announce the first fixed lens medium format camera in March. That has been confirmed by trusted sources on fujirumors.com, and the name of the camera is GFX100RF. So that will be the name of the first fixed lens medium format camera we can buy. I don't know what the RF stands for. Of course, the first four is rangefinder. But I don't know if this will be a true rangefinder camera or more like a rangefinder looking camera, which means that it has an EVF in the corner, but not an optical rangefinder system like Leica M, of course. So that's not going to happen, I think. I would love it if it would have the same X Pro hybrid viewfinder. That would be amazing. That would be quite a cool feature, but there's no indication as of yet if this is going to happen. What we know about this camera is that this camera has about the same size of the X Pro 3, so it's a pretty compact medium format camera compared to the current GFX lineup. This will be way more smaller and lighter, and I think the whole goal of this camera being fixed lens is that you can make the medium format camera as small as it gets, so not pocketable, but surely easily to carry with you when you do street photography and so forth. I don't know honestly if there's a market for this. Let me know in the comment system what you think about this camera, if you think you could buy it or you're considering to buy it, but I personally don't think I will buy it. When it comes to the specs of the camera, Fujirumors didn't share them yet, but of course I bet it will have the same 100 megapixel sensor made by Sony that is in use on all modern medium format camera from Fujifilm. I'm sure they will not go back to the older 50 megapixel sensor, so no surprise there. And the key here is if the viewfinder will be hybrid or optical, or if there's any viewfinder at all. That would be quite a disappointment. I think it has an electronic viewfinder, and the key also of that camera will be the lens. We still are not 100% sure what kind of lens it will use. We know that Fujifilm actually published official patents about a fixed lens medium format camera having 3 different kinds of lenses: the 35mm 3.5, the 40mm 3.5 and the 50mm 3.5. I think they will use one of those optical designs. My guess that 35mm is more likely to happen, but this is just a speculation. In the next weeks, I'm sure that we will get more info about the lens and also about the specs of the camera. But overall, this will be a very exciting model, at least because it's new. So I'm interested to see if the market will receive it on a positive way or negative way, if Fujifilm will manage to make some sales. Personally, I would have loved Fujifilm to go with a fixed lens full frame camera, but I know that Fujifilm not hates full frame, but they will not go full frame for the next 10 years probably, because yeah, they have that kind of weird cult thinking that full frame is not the way to go. But that's their thing, you know. Every company has their own, I call them corners, you know. Sometimes when you hit a corner in the thinking of some company or person that is unexpected and you can move on, so that's the Fujifilm corner, that they don't go full frame. Another exciting camera coming from Fujifilm 2025 is the 1-inch half frame model that will come a couple of months after the medium format fixed lens camera, so probably the second half of the year. That's also 100% confirmed. We don't have details yet. All we know is that it has a 1-inch sensor. I guess it's in vertical position, so the Sony 1-inch sensor, 20 megapixel in vertical position, and that the camera is basically digital version of the Pentax 17, and it's aimed, I guess, for content creators that create contents, vertical content, you know, for TikTok, Instagram, and so forth. So it's not my kind of taste of camera, but I think it's good that companies try new ways to make sales, like DJI is doing with their Osmo, for example, which is selling hot. I think it's inevitable that also Japanese manufacturers like Fujifilm, but I hope also other manufacturers will think out of box, offering different kind of cameras. This will also help us pure photographers or filmmakers getting better products in the future. If Fujifilm, Sony, Canon, Nikon are doing great sales in the camera business, then they will also keep doing the cameras that we want. That's my thinking. So that's about it, what we know about Fujifilm when it comes to the medium format camera. The 1-inch sensor, of course, there will be other cameras, so don't worry, the classic X cameras. But next week, in the next couple of weeks, I will make 2025 prediction for every camera manufacturer. So then you will hear what's likely to be announced and what's less likely to be announced in 2025. Now, a short rumor about the Panasonic S full frame cameras lineup. We all were waiting, hoping to get the S1R2 or the S1H2 in 2024. Didn't happen. There is a sort of delay. That's something that trusted sources told me. But there is now an official news that is very important. Panasonic officially registered a new camera in China. So usually this means they plan to release a new camera within 3-4 months from now. So December, January, February, March. So I think first quarter of 2025, this camera will be released. That registration doesn't give any detail about the camera, like name and specs. All we know is that it has dual Wi-Fi support, which usually means that this is a mid to high-end camera. Low-end fixed lens camera, for example, don't have that dual band support. So definitely my bet is that this is a new full frame camera, also because one source back in spring 2024 told me that Panasonic wanted to make a Leica SL3 pendant camera that could be named S1R2 or S2R, whatever the name will be. And actually should have been announced in late 2024, but then it got delayed, something I reported previously a couple of months ago. So my bet is that this is going to be the S1R2, but there's still a fair chance this is the S1H2. If you are a source, know something about what's coming, not only from Panasonic, Leica, but from all manufacturers, Sony, Canon, Nikon, so forth, Fujifilm, and you want to share that info, you can share that info, you can contact me using that email address. Don't be misled by the sonyalpha@gmail.com address, Sony name, or sonyalpha@gmail.com contact box. You can send me info about any company. So I also have the same contact box on lrumors.com for Leica, photorumors.com, mirrorlessrumors.com, so you can share all, fujirumors.com. You can also use the contact box. So I'm just sharing one to not confuse you. So use that email address and send me your info if you hear something from someone and so forth, or you find something in the web that's useful, and then I can share it on this channel. Everybody can learn about upcoming cameras and lenses. Most of the time on this channel, I'm the first to share those kind of info. So again, subscribe if you are interested to get those 2025 rumors, because there's definitely some exciting stuff coming down the road. Folks, that's really it for today. See you next week. Again, subscribe to the channel, and see you soon.